Hi, everybody. Nancy here. I've decided that today I was going to show you that you can draw something even if you don't have any talent, thanks to ZoomNotes. All you have to do is trace it, you know. Now, I do like to do my own drawings most of the time, but, sometimes there's just who's got the time for it, and I'm visual. I want an image that kind of depicts what's going on in my thoughts. And today I was watching my favorite pastor out in California, Jack Hibbs, and the part of the sermon was about Abraham when he had to take his son up to the top of the mountain and he was supposed to kill him, and the faith it took to do that. And so he was talking about faith. And so I decided I wanted to draw a picture of that. Well, I didn't want to sit and draw it. I wanted to do it the fast way because I've been doing this. I showed this on the other group. The last couple of days I've been doing this technique where you put a picture underneath and you use the white outline. And I just like the look of that for some reason. And I've done it for the last 2 days, so I decided, well, I'm going to keep doing it. So let me go back to where I'm going to do it. So I went to Pinterest and found a picture. Let's see, let me get it from here. Recents. There's a bunch of them, so it was easy to find. Done. I'm going to do this one, but I'm going to leave the angel out. This will be before the fact, before the angel shows up. And all I have to do, now, you can put it on a separate layer, but it's really not necessary for this technique, I guess. I'm just going to select this and move it out of the way. And make this a little bit bigger. I can just knock that image down, the opacity down a little bit. Because I do want to still use that. Come on. I'm going to use it later as like a paint palette. Hold on, just. Sorry. Oh. Well, I might as well go ahead and tell you. I'm going to stop using iMovie to edit these things because it causes more problems than it helps. So if I make a mistake, that's just a mistake. Y'all are going to have to. I'm sorry, but. It's better than the alternative, trust me. I'm just going to pick one of the pens, and I'm going to go ahead and draw it in black. But I'm going to change it to white later. And I'm just going around the shapes. It doesn't matter. The only thing you have to be real conscious of is closing off all the areas that are going to have color in them. Otherwise, it'll overflood the area, and you don't want to do that. So, I'm just doing, I'm not being too careful. Well, that's a little bit bad. I'm not being too careful with it. I'm just following the outline. And I start out with black, but I'm going to change it to white in the end. Just because that's kind of the look. Of course, you could always just leave it black if you wanted to. I'm going to go ahead and exclude the angel's hand. And I'm not going with a whole lot of detail that's obviously there. I'm just getting shapes. Think of it kind of like a puzzle. Now, I'm not too worried about closing this jawline off because the ear and the face are going to be the same color. You know, I guess if you wanted to Ooh, that's bad. If you wanted to get some of the shadows, you could, but I don't fool with it because the idea is to get the shape there, not so much the... I'm not trying to copy this thing. I'm just trying to use it. Okay. And I like this picture because it has the son being older, which he probably was older, but most pictures having looking like a little bitty boy. But this boy was old enough that he knew what was going on. Well, he didn't know what was going on, but he knew once he got there that he was it. And see, I'm not messing with the logs. I'm just putting a place to put some brown. Now the stones, again, I'm just gonna go around the outside edge and then just make some shapes that I can fill in. Don't have to be perfect. It's the illusion of rocks. I think you know what it is whenever you see it. I did do this already to test it, so I know that it's going to come out looking okay. Let's see. Now, like I said, I have to be sure that all my areas are closed up so that the color won't overflow. So to do that, I'm just going to move the picture from behind it. It's easier to see. See, like right at his neck. Oops. Behind his hair. I'm trying to zoom in. I got to get the right tool. I've got to close that off right there because it will flood the area if I don't. See how rough it is? It's not pretty at all, but that's okay. You'll know what I've got here whenever it's over. Let's see. Yeah, that I could tell that was... Oh, in his sleeve. Well, no, that doesn't matter because, well, I'll leave it. It doesn't matter. It's going to be the same color, but it won't hurt to have the line there where you can see the difference in the sleeve and the jacket. All right, I'm just going to go with that. Now I'm going to select my picture again and make it full opacity. Right now it's, whoa, I'm not real sure what just happened there. I got it too close to something. There. And the reason I'm going to keep that image like that, I can use that as my color palette so that I can use a color from there. I don't have to find a color palette that's already got these colors. I can just click on the black over on the left, the little preview button out right there, and then I'm going to click on the, well, let me choose the bucket first. Otherwise, I'll have to do it twice. Select that, got the bucket, click on the eyedropper, and now tap on, see, I'm going to get that red, and that makes the bucket red. So all I have to do is tap now on all the places that I want to be red. And I'll go to his skin color, do the same thing. Click on the eyedropper. And look at all the different colors that are in his body. So you just pick one that looks like a color that will work. And then bring it over here and tap on the body parts. I'll make Abraham a little bit darker, just so there's some distinction there. Go back to the eyedropper and maybe use that color. Tap on his face, tap on his arm, his hand. All right. Now I'm going to get the wood, use the eyedropper, get the wood, and fill that in. Okay, now I'm not going to fool with the colors of the stones in the picture. I'm going to just go with a gray, a couple of gray colors, just because it could be that color. And I'm going to just pick different places, and then I'll choose a different gray, just for variety. See how it kind of sort of looks like a stone wall, altar, kind of. All right, I still have to get his hair. Well, that just looks black to me, so I'm just going to go with the black. And you want to go ahead and fill the white in with something. Don't leave it just white, because if you put it on top of another color, something else on a different layer, it'll shine through, and I don't want that. So I'm going to use this light gray and go over everything that is supposedly white. And that way it fills in the area. It's not going to be transparent. I need to do his sleeve. Get the eyedropper, get that color, tap in that little sleeve area. So simple. You don't have to know anything. While I'm at it, I'm gonna just go ahead and fill his belt in with that same color. Let's see. Oh, and the knife. Just get a color. I think that's all. I'll know in a minute if that is, if everything has been filled in with gray. What I don't know is that mustache. It looks like it might not be filled in. No, it looks like it is. Okay, now, see, that's close enough that I can use that picture to illustrate what it is that's being taught on in the video that's underneath it. That picture, When Eyes Can Hear Us, that is a link to the video. So this will be my notes for the sermon, and I'll have my image already, and I'm going to select, let me close down that ruler, go down and enable type filtering, and just be able to select the pen, not the image, because whenever you do the bucket fill, I think it makes an image. It treats it like an image. Let's see. So now what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to select all the lines that I just drew, and I'm going to change them to be white. So I've selected all of them, and then I just click on white, and it makes everything white. It's a different look. You don't have to do it. But now what I'm going to do, so that, see, you can't see the outline around his head or around the outside edges. So now I'm going to go to another layer, and let's see, I don't think there's anything. There's a little bit right there. Let's see, I'm going to make that current. There's nothing on there but like a little piece of blue that I'm not even sure where it is. And I'm going to use the, let me go here and show you which pen I'm using. The felt tip, the second one from the left. This is the coolest pen, because it gets so huge and it's fuzzy. And I use that a lot for lights and whatnot. When I don't want a sharp edge, So let me go ahead and move this out of the way now. I'm done with that. And all I'm going to do, I'm now on layer 7, which is underneath the picture. And I'm going to go around using that felt tip pen. Select it, felt tip. I can't tell which one is. Okay. And do it that light blue and see how it does that all spread out. And I'll get that little bit in the middle. Now that looks awful, but that's okay because the image is in the front. So now if I tap off, you get a little panicky because it doesn't go right away. And I'm going to go back to layer 1. See? See, now it's got a background. I probably made it too big, so I'll go back to here. Now, just be aware that that thing is huge. Whenever you use that diffused thing, I can be selecting it and not know it because the red squares are so far off. See if I see how big it is. You don't necessarily see those red squares when you're doing this. Now I'm just trying to pull it in a little bit because it was a little too far out. See? Ta-da! And that's it. That's all I wanted to show you guys. You can be an artist. Now I'll go ahead and do something else since I'm here and I'm going to do it anyway. I might as well show you guys. I want to put this as an image on my weekly to show that this is what I did today. Maybe I'll move this back so that it'll be on that link. And I'm going to go to the eye on the page menu. My page menu is down here on the bottom. It's a floating toolbar, but I like to, I never know where I'm going to put it actually. This is just where it happens to be today. And I'm going to copy link to pasteboard and do done. Now I'm going to go back over to my weekly. And if I had both of them up, I wouldn't have to go back and forth. I could just tap over to the right side. Now I'm going to click on add a link, which is on my thing. I've already got it selected, but selection tools, the far right, add a link. I'm doing that. I'm going to paste from pasteboard. It puts that UUID that I just copied from the pages menu and do create. And it just put it right here. And I'm going to now go, all it did was create a shape that is a link. So I'll have to go to the shape menu and tell it I want the picture. Close that down. See, click on image, use link image, and keep updated. And I'm going to get rid of the border because I don't want it. And now I've got my today's drawing showing up on my weekly, so I can see that that's what I did today. Okay, that's it. Y'all have a great day here. Bye.